Cooler Master has updated their iconically unique shaped Zornet/Spawn mice, gaming mice that were mainly designed for claw and fingertip grip users with hands-on, the smaller side. There are quite a few things that changed. The internals are much better than before, the shape has been remolded, the whole mouse got a little bigger, and even the materials are different. Brace yourselves, the MasterMouse MM520 has arrived. Specifications: MasterMouse MM520 sensor, PixArt, PMW3360 MCU/processor, Holtec HT32F52352 switches, Omron D2FCF7N20M wheel encoder, mechanical, tactile, size, 118mm by 78mm by 38mm ambidextrous, no number of buttons, 6 weight, 102 grams with weight, 89 grams without pulling, rate, 125 to 1000 Hz cable length, 1.8 meters software. Yes, packaging. The mouse arrives in pretty standard packaging with loads of information on it, along with some render pictures. You can open up the front and check on your new addition through a transparent plastic cover. The contents of the box are the mouse itself and a small user manual. There are rumors about an extra set of mouse feet coming with the mouse in later batches, which I cannot confirm. The shape of the MM520 is very unique. It's mainly designed for claw and fingertip grip styles, but can be palm gripped easily with smaller hands. The design is right-handed ergonomic with a ring finger rest on the right side. There is a comfort groove for your thumb below the side buttons, which helps with picking up the mouse. Both main buttons have some subtle grooves as well. Did you love the shape of the Zornet or Spawn? Well, this might be bad news for you, but the MM520 is different. It's significantly bigger. I don't really know the reason behind this change by Cooler Master, but I guess some community feedback and market research might be behind it. When it comes to size, the mouse is somewhere between small and medium, but it's pretty hard to determine properly. It is only 118mm, 4.65 long, so it is definitely on the shorter side, but its width is around 78mm, 3.07. This may seem very wide, but includes the ring finger rest. It's relatively flat, being 38mm, 1.49 tall, but has a well-defined hump that is not exactly centered, but sits more towards the back. Surface. Now, this is the part I like the most about this mouse. It feels so great in the hand that words cannot really describe it. This is absolutely intuitive, of course, so you might hate what I like. But generally speaking, it is slightly rougher and grippier than the usual non-rubberized mouse coating. The main buttons are made out of PBT plastic, which, unlike the commonly used ABS, doesn't get shiny after even years of heavy use, nor does it lose its color. On the right side of the mouse is a small patch of textured silicone. This is a thing many users didn't like about this mouse so far because it is rather slippery. My hands are on the sweaty side, and I too didn't like this small side grip. But everyone's different, so it might be to the liking of some users. Build quality. The build quality is simply excellent. I found no flaws whatsoever. There are no creaking, squeaking, or rattling sound from the mouse. Everything feels right in place. The only thing I noticed was a small amount of pre-travel on the main buttons. Weight. The stock weight is roughly 102 grams with a few centimeters of cable. This is kind of heavy for a mouse of this size, but worry not, this can be changed. There is a built-in piece of weight that can be removed, and you're instantly down to 89 grams. Now, that's a more sensible mass, isn't it? I would really suggest removing it as the mouse feels very slow and sluggish with that piece of metal inside. Of course, this is a matter of personal preference, but lighter mice are generally also better for your wrist joints over the long run. Buttons. Scroll wheel. The main buttons use Omron D2FCF7N switches, which are very common in gaming mice. These are designed for 20 million clicks. They don't really tend to live that long, though. These buttons are separate from the other parts of the shell and are crisp, tactile, and with a rather springy feel towards them. There is minor pre-travel before actuation, but I would say it's not significant, and I am very picky when it comes to this. The side buttons use some lower quality tactile switches, and the buttons have some noticeable pre-travel, but they are far from being unusable because of it. I would say I could live with it. Some slightly older Zoe ECA models have similar side buttons in my opinion, in terms of how the click feels. The CPI changer has a non-branded, brown tactile switch, which is less crisp and harder to press in than the main buttons. You can set any function to it in the software. Of course, the scroll wheel is excellent. The scrolling is very tactile, but not hard at all. It is definitely one of the best scroll wheels I could test so far. The encoder doesn't have a marking, or it cannot be seen, but it very much resembles the feeling of Alps encoders, which are considered to be the best. The middle click is operated by a brown Huano switch, which is a bit stiffer than the main buttons, but is still pretty light. The cable is pretty good, but I have seen better ones. Zoe's mouse cables and those of the newer Razer models are way more flexible. For instance, it doesn't generate much drag on the mousepad, though, and is thankfully not braided. The USB connector is gold-plated and has a purple plastic part inside. Mouse feet